Hello and welcome back once again to the mighty world of the Tarobeast, and we are going to continue with Ellen's side of the story in chapter 1, which is called, well, something. It will hopefully tell us in a second. Yeah, I have no idea. Familial Wolf. Sorry, I can't read. Right, here we go. Was that a person waiting at the cliff? And what happened to my past? Maybe I'll find my past in this village. Yes, you probably will, because, as we know, from Keith's side of the story, spoilers! Ellen is originally from this village. We met at the cliff. I'm Keats. I work for a magazine. I'm Ellen. That woman was not your mother after all. Fortunate news despite misfortunate circumstances. Did you know that woman? She phoned me for help, but I don't know why. A letter asked me here. Perhaps it was her. The woman's daughter might know the truth. She lives nearby. Her name is Suzette. Thank you. I'll pay her a visit. This is all so dizzying. It's likely that the woman was murdered. This is a small, close-knit village. Our outsiders will be prime suspects. You mean us? You were the only other person on the cliff. Whatever do you mean? Nothing. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. I only want to know about my past. Let's hope your past doesn't reveal anything unseemly. Well, I can confirm that it does reveal something unseemly. Having played through Keats' side, we know all about Ellen and all about Suzette. So here we go. Suzette, the real daughter of the woman who died at the cliff. She's in this village. What can she be like? I'd like to ask her some questions. Right, well, we saw Suzette on the edge of the cliff, and she came down, didn't she? And she didn't really seem to care. That's Harriet's house, not Suzette's house, this one. Right here. Now, Suzette is one of few people, where we are in Keats' story, that hasn't died. I think most other people have, to be honest. They've been murdered viciously, ferociously, horribly, horrifically, whatever adjectives you like. Lots of visitors today. Keats told me about you. You saw my mom fall from the cliff. Yes, I'm so sorry. When I got there, it was far too late. It's no surprise. She had it coming. Wow, you're cold. How can you say such a thing? She didn't have her head on straight. I followed her there to see what she was going to do. Why did she ask you here? I don't want to know. Did your mother mention anything about me? Not to me. 17 years ago, I was 5 years old, but I remember nothing from that time. Your mother is the only clue that I have. So Ellen's 22 apparently. Do you have any family? Father? Father? Oh, she didn't look happy with that. Don't ask about my family. Oh, she's definitely not happy. Well, Ellen, you know how to get on the wrong side of people. First they think you murdered, and now you think, oh no, we're still going to talk. My mother. There were days when she was completely convinced I was my dead older brother. She'd call me by his name and forbid me from going outside, saying I'd get killed, really. Sometimes I'd be trapped in the house for a few months. Other days, she'd realise I wasn't him, and she'd start saying I killed him and beat me. What made her that way? Well, the death of her brother, probably. On 17 years ago, my father fell over the cliff and died. That same day, my mother suddenly disappeared from the village. What do you think? I imagine she must have been in shock to leave like that without even having a funeral. Well, that's sweet, but most people would think that she pushed him over the cliff and then ran away. Some villagers said they heard yelling and screaming coming from this house too. Why would she kill him? My guess is because maybe he was abusing my brother. That fits, don't you think? It's all about just speculation, and now that my mother's gone, only the dead know the answers. How can you imagine that? Your own parents. You would too, if you had a mother like mine. Now, I'm curious too. What connection could you have to my family? Incidentally, do you have a memento of your father? A detective, huh? You might not believe it, but I need it to meet the dead. What are you? Some of those mediums or something? Anyway, why don't you take this key? The same I thought was holding when he died. Wide Memento Key. What a great name, and original as well. So we know Keats will be knocking on the door any minute now, so let's rush off to Henge during night time, because we'll have to pop to bed first. Yep, show us the key again. We just got that. Will offering this key at the Henge allow me to see Suzette's father and enter the netherworld? Yes, it will, my dear. How do I know? Well, I don't, but I'm going to assume. Because that seems to be the way the game goes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to bed and rest till nightfall. Yes, you are. Let's sleep tight. Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy. And we're entering the nether. Not too long now. We'll be in Netherworld 1 of 5 that we need to do before we can do anything with Keats again. So let's keep going. Come on, Ellen. Work hard. Work hard, play hard. That's what I say. Let's keep it going to Henge. Now, Ellen's a little bit closer to Henge, which is quite nice. Because Keats has to walk all the way down from the top of the match, and Ellen just has to kind of turn around and walk down. A little bit closer, doesn't make any difference. Look at skate. No, don't talk to me. I know what to do. Got yourself a memento, hey? So, to the netherworld again. Just make an offering of it. What will happen then? Listen very carefully and you'll hear a dead person's voice. It will give you the location of the door to the netherworld. A place with significance to the people who were alive. Okay, let's go. Memento key. Cutscene, I feel? Maybe. No, we're just going to the netherworld. Oh, that looks scary. Scary, Harry. I want to take him to the lighthouse. It's my dear son's final wish. The lighthouse? Alright, okay, well I've heard this before. Oh, she's going to take us to the lighthouse by herself. That's nice of her. We don't have to walk anyway. I do know where the lighthouse is though, because guess what? Keats did it too! How annoying. Grr. Same story. Same events, same things were happening really. Oh well.
So it was the will of the dead that showed me the way to the netherworld.
So there you go, into the netherworld we go, and we will carry on as far as possible and try and swell. Yeah, the fairy realm again. This time you've opened the door to the netherworld yourself. What should I do to meet Suzette's father? Defeat the Folklore, the monster deep in the fairy realm. When someone dies of a strong emotion, the spirit is pulled into the Folklore. Defeat that Folklore and the spirits inside should be released. Oh, I can never do anything like that. Yes, you could, but first let's go and see the Fairy Lord to get some advice. Is he someone important? Well, he's called the Fairy Lord, dear. Yes, he is. He knows everything. He tell us about the folklores. I bet he'll give you a warm welcome. Almost forgot. If you're going somewhere in the netherworld, you should take this. A piece of paper. Acquired Fairy Realm Picture Book 1. They are quite useful. So, we'll give it a slave, shall we? We will definitely give it a save. I'm sorry, I know how much you love watching me save, but there you go. Save, save, save. Progress is saved. Let's go meet the Fairy Lord, the big bad guy who Ellen's gonna trust. Apparently. Probably, because that seems to be the way this game goes. Game go on and on and on. Trusting. Trusting. Now I think the blue dot means we've been there before now. I used to think that it meant that's the way you're meant to go, but now I think it's the way you're not meant to go. Well, I know you've been before. So we're just going to rush past these guys, because we have been before. Well, we haven't been down that way, but that is a dead end, I think, for the Keats game. Anyway, then you never know. I guess it could be slightly different. We raised the combo attack count. Good. Don't really need HP. Oh, I don't know actually. The folklores can be different. I don't understand how Ellen and Keats can defeat the same folklore, so maybe the folklore will be different. Maybe there's more than one folklore in this realm. Scary thoughts. They're pretty big. Or maybe when you defeat one folklore, another thing becomes the folklore in its place. And that's what happens. So Ellen goes and defeats it first, and then Keats goes and, you know, beats the second folklore. So really, you want to be the third folklore in every round so that you're not killed. Because being killed is never fun. Unless you're fodder and liking fodder. Anyone particularly wants to do that. Anyway, let's continue onwards. We're going to head to the tree, we're going to head past. Maybe this entire map is going to be exactly the same as Keats, and that will be very disappointing. Creators of folklore, you're very disappointing. Possibly. I mean, you could not be. You could be amazing. Well, let's meet the Fairy Lord. Here we go. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Come on, Ellen, run faster. It's a less girly run now, isn't it? Just to realise. It's much more normal. Much more of a sprinter. The sprinter is coming out in Ellen. She's sprinting like Usain Bolt. Full power on. Continue. Oh, hello, you're new. I haven't seen you before. Let's have a look in the picture book. Maybe it's different then. To beat them, shoot them with rocks. Yes, that does make sense, but how the heck am I meant to shoot you with rocks? Okay, well that's quite cool. There are actually different enemies and stuff. I mean, you do get slightly different attacks, but I can't hit these guys. Oh, not like this, anyway. Oh, she makes the most annoying screech whenever you attack. Urgh, Ellen! Urgh. So, folklore creators, I take it back. You have actually changed the map up a little bit, changed up the enemies a little bit. You make it feel the tiniest bit different, but I can't complain. Oh, this is where we're going to meet him, because this is where we met Livane first in the first one. So this is probably where we meet the Fairy. No, it's not. Never mind then. Shows what I know. Let's keep going. Fairy Lord, we will find you. We will capture you. No, we won't capture you. We'll kill you eventually. That's the plan. Maybe it's Keats. Maybe it's Ellen. Oh, this is where we found the giant beetle thing. But it's not a giant... It's a... What the heck? It's a chicken. Kill it. Alright, I only got one attack on it, so I can't really do much. Oh, that's fine. We'll easily get this one. Hooray! Hooray for Ellen has super skill. Okay, well, if you run out of MC, then yes, your super skill will suddenly diminish. Ah, her MC seems to recharge slowly, constantly, rather than in a giant go like Keats. Oh, get off. Oh, come on. You think some of the enemies would flinch a little bit. They are being whacked. And their souls are popping out. But no, apparently not. I can't remember what kind of absorption it has. That's one of those skill ones. Oh, it's nice he doesn't give me the tutorial again. I appreciate that. Thank you, folklore creators. Even though you're gonna regurgitate some maps to make it harder and longer. Well, not harder necessarily, but longer at least. You at least give us new enemies and skip the tutorials, which is quite nice. And a new cutscene as well. How is that not good? Fine. Congratulations, Ellen. We captured someone new. Let's use him. Buri has a wing attack, apparently. It's Bradavia. Let's try and have a go. Oh, I like that. That looks very powerful. What element is this attack? Wind element. Wind element? I had a wind element before. Okay, I guess that's what they mean by slight differences in playstyle. We get wind elements, and I'm guessing water. Not water, probably. No, we can't be earth. What is that? Whatever elements are there. Wow. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there, won't we? Just gonna hit you with this wind attack. So we found some. I don't know. Reindeer with. Oh, they're running away. Really? Really? You ran away? So I know that way goes to a dead end, or it does with Keats. Anyways, we'll go this way. We will continue this way. Further and further and further. Further and further. Always on. Always pushing. Always pushing the limits of human endurance. That's what Ellen does. It's the kind of girl she is. Hit you with wind. It doesn't seem to affect anyone. Useless attack. Oh, it does knock them over. Okay, they've changed the enemies up a little bit. Alright, before we kill them, shall we absorb them? Oh, there you go. That's the stone thing that we needed to kill the flying pot people. We should probably capture this guy as well. Hooray, captured. Oh, we've got one of them. Try not to kill no one. Ready. Nope. Okay, ready. One more. Hooray, let's get all three. Hooray! Oh, new person. He doesn't like doing it. Water charge attack. Oh, you do get a water one. I was right. So we got wind and water from her, and we got fire and ice from the other guy. Hooray! And earth as well, I guess. So maybe there'll be one more. Maybe it'll just be earth again, to be honest. Yes, that's right. Use a bubble, knock them down, and we will beat this. Oh, they only take one hit, apparently. But this attack is so strong that it knocks them down in one hit, and we can capture them straight away. Hooray! Drop some mucus stuff on people to immobilize. That's disgusting. Be a less disgusting one, please. Ellen is meant to be ladylike and not like disgusting stuff like that. Well, here we go. We're going to end the episode there. We're about halfway through the first chapter, I think. I wonder if the folklore will be the same. Venus saw that before in the first one. Maybe it won't be. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.